These are the moments you must see to believe. And first, Jordan Poole gets his twerk on.
It's over. Missed a couple. That is versatility with the shimmy.
Man, that butt don't quit. But neither does number 24. Because Dillon Brooks is trying his hardest to become the most hated player in the NBA.
He gets his second three. A little sidestep in here. The move by Brooks. It was deflected. It's loose. Hold on.
But at least this man isn't eat his freedom.
I've been in the playoffs before. That should be everybody's goal. You know, it's the playoffs. When I think about playoffs, my nipples get hurt.
Dang, this dude just found the love of his life. And once Kevin Hart found out, bro was genuinely concerned.
You comfortable with that description?
I'm confused. I think we're talking about two different things. I'm not sure what one has to do with the other, and if his uniform fits correctly, or what he's into in his personal life.
Okay, fair enough.
That's one that makes you just tap into his personal life immediately, and that's what are you doing outside of basketball.
Fair enough.
But it's too bad the playoffs don't love him back, because Enos made it to the conference finals 3 times, only to lose every single time. But now that he's no longer in the NBA, let's pray he doesn't become an announcer. Otherwise, we're gonna be hearing a lot more of this.
Open your mouth wide and take it.
Dang, almost 4 years have passed, and the Chicago Bulls still have their mouths wide open. But even when they're winning, at least they aren't shoving it down other teams' throats, unlike Zion. See, in 2022, nobody was more eager to get back on the basketball court than Zion Williamson. This dude sat out the entire 2021-22 season with a foot injury. So when he did return to the court, bro was feeling himself. Because not only was he back to full strength, but the Pelicans were also feeling themselves and riding a 5-game win streak. However, their biggest test was still to come, because it's one thing to win a few games, but it's another to take down a loaded Suns roster. So once they did, my man Zion decided to celebrate in the most savage way possible.
No.
Get it done, and on the spin and the reverse, the slam by Zion.
But this is how rivalries start, though.
Right.
This is how they start.
It's unfortunate, though, it's going to be over before Christmas, the season series.
Dang, this dude got his W and then hit the home crowd with a dunk contest. That's disrespectful. But is it as disrespectful as what Dillon Brooks did? Specifically the time he tried to end a cameraman's life.
And Brooks could not keep it in. Just knocked somebody down right there at Courtside.
Bro straight up tackled another man and didn't even bother to help him up. But that's still not as crazy as number 19. Because Giannis got so mad, he almost cost a man his job.
What?
This dude really threw a ladder all because he couldn't practice his free throws? He's giving the crybaby a run for his money. But LeBron isn't just known for whining. He's also the king of Riz.
I do like chilling with people. I think it's a cool vibe, like chill with beach and get water and drink out like that.
Oh, so LeBron thinks he's a comedian now? You already know Savannah's pissed. But this wouldn't be the first time. See, in 2022, LBJ was feeling extra petty because the Lakers were just 2 years removed from winning an NBA championship. And it could have been even less if they didn't trade Kyle Kuzma to the Wizards. Because once they did, he started playing the best basketball of his career. However, LeBron still wanted to remind this kid what he was missing. So when the two teams faced off in 2022, LeBron made things personal.
Shovel it to LeBron. Here he comes. LeBron James. Throw it down.
Did you see LeBron stare down Kuzma's wife? Bro was about to be sleeping on the couch. Only LeBron wasn't just finished. He wanted to make sure it was a night Kuzma's girlfriend would never forget.
Trying to back up. Clock's down to 3. LeBron over. Kuz!
Now you're doing it in a game.
And LeBron's third 40-point game. He's underneath. Make it 42. What a month of March so far for LeBron.
There it is. 50.
Dang, 50 points? It's giving Jordan Poole a run for his money. But not all moves are as subtle. Imagine watching a game film only to find out a girl wants to violate you. Man, could you imagine if they saw Kyle Lowry close up? Bro's the Kim Kardashian of Raymond Feltons. But would these girls still be interested if they knew what happened on the sidelines? See, these guys give it their all on the court. So when they finally get a moment to rest, sometimes sometimes a guy's gotta let it loose.
Figure out what goes on right here. This is something you can't do. Right now, Coach Moshe, he just gave a speech. This is something you cannot do on the bench. Somebody farted. Who farted on the bench?
But a fart comes and goes. An offensive comment does not. See, in 2018, many expected Russell Westbrook to regress after his MVP season. But Russ had other plans, and the announcers couldn't believe it.
Taking the bump. Russell looking for Ferguson in the corner for three. Bang! Westbrook is out of his cotton-picking mind.
Nah, dude took that way too far. Which reminds me of the NBA referees. See, when the Trailblazers and the Pelicans started beefing in 2018, refs were quick to intervene. But it wasn't just to prevent fights. Once, a ref got his hands on Evan Turner. Bro was enjoying himself a little too much.
And stepping into between those two is Evan Turner.
Dang, it's kind of hard to stay impartial when you've got a gun between your legs. But Isaiah Thomas is the opposite of bricked up. He's such a hater that he even embarrasses women on national television.
You have a similar skill set to AD, with the exception of, his jumping ability, dunking, and everything else, but...
Hold up, does Thomas know who he's talking to? But don't worry, bro wasn't the only one to get caught slacking.
And now a fan is run on the floor. Going to stop play for a moment.
Wow, this fan's two truths and a lie are about to hit different. But running onto the court is something we're used to by now. But at number 11, James Harden forgot he was in the game.
And he had the move. The move would have been beautiful if he didn't slip. He had a clear sail.
And we got a stoppage of play. Oh, Harden was sitting on the bench. That's why the ball got deflected.
I can't believe James Harden, man. Did this dude really think he could go from half asleep to touching another man's balls? That's still not enough to crack our top 10, because things are about to ramp up to a level you didn't even know was possible. Like the time Dennis Rodman kicked a stranger in the no-no zone.
Missed it. Dennis fights for the rebound, tapped it out, and it'll belong to Minnesota.
He kicked the cameraman. He was really upset. Really upset.
Well, there's all kinds of equipment right there, and the cameraman is hurt. Now the man acts like he's dying.
My man got a trip with the cameraman and then take away his manhood. This dude's trying to start a war, just like the Utah Jazz, because this fan base is down bad. So bad they haven't made the Western Conference Final in almost 2 decades. But in 2019, one fan took all his pain out on one man, Russell Westbrook. Because Russ was watching his team from the sidelines when one fan tried to break him. See, this man had the audacity to say, "Get down on your knees like you used to." Like, come on. If I was in Russ's shoes, I'd be livid. But even those closest to Russ didn't expect this response.
I'll fuck him up. He said, I promise you. You see, I'm playing. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'll fuck you up. You and your wife. I'll fuck you up.
But once the reporters caught up with the man who provoked Russ, he finally gave his side of the story.
He's got to be a professional. I mean, she was sitting down the entire time. Me and him were just... It was actually, we were kind of having fun, to be honest.
At least you thought you were having fun?
Yeah, he was smiling at one point, and there was a lot of people, because it was when, Joe had come by and poked Paul George in the eye, and then Joe goes over and apologizes immediately. Russ is just F-bombing and carrying on, acting a fool down here, and everybody's getting on him.
All right, bro. Don't act like you're innocent. I mean, look at this tweet from 2018. Yeah, this dude was a hater since day one. But somehow, that's not even the worst of it. Telling another man to go back where you came from. We gotta put an end to this. So when Russ was asked whether or not he regretted what he said, he let them know how he really felt.
I don't think it's fair to the players, not just to me, but I don't think it's fair to the players. And if I had to do it over again, I would say the same exact thing, because I truly will stand up for myself, for my family, for my kids, for my wife, for my mom, for my dad every single time. I expect anybody else to do the same.
Paul Pierce also let fans know how he really felt. See, it shouldn't come as a surprise that Joel Embiid is injury-prone, so much so that he's never played more than 70 games in a single season. And as frustrating as things are now, things used to be much worse. Because when Embiid was drafted in 2014, a foot injury kept him out of action for 2 whole years. So in 2017, fans were really eager to see the man finally touch a basketball. But just as he was getting his feet wet, history repeated itself.
Embiid thinking three, blowing by Plumlee and throwing it down. And again, Joel is on the wood.
Dang, bro. Embiid is the ultimate tease. And believe me, Philly fans weren't the only ones who didn't trust the process.
We're just getting a taste of him. I'm like, I'm tired of getting a taste of him. I want the whole load.
Hold up, since when did Paul Pierce have a fetish for 7-foot centers? But that's not the only fetish going around. And in 2012, a fan wanted to surprise their favorite player, Kenyon Martin. See, she had been stalking Martin for years, and security was told to watch out for this lady. But yet, that still didn't stop her from doing this.
Apparently, a fan ended up on the floor, and she is being ushered off.
This is creepy. Luckily, bro was nowhere to be seen. Little did she know, he had since signed with the Los Angeles Clippers. But this wouldn't be the first time fans went overboard. Far from it.
Most of the crowd has stayed here at the Pepsi Center.
That's ridiculous. Now, whoever threw that should be banned from this arena for life.
I think fans are trying to identify who.
Well, someone next to him needs to call him out.
It's one thing to lose by 30, but throwing a beer bottle onto the court? No fan should get that worked up. However, June 13th, 2010 was a different story, because this time, a bottle was directly thrown at a specific player.
But interesting, Paul Pierce, somebody throws something onto the court as Bryant is shooting a foul shot.
Hey, I know the Celtics-Laker rivalry goes deep, but this is bigger than basketball. Someone owes this man an apology, but Zaza also owes an apology. Simply put, this man was as dirty as it gets. He once ended the Spurs' entire season.
That sneaker and get out there. Leonard fires from the corner. And Leonard goes down again. And he's in pain again in front of the Spurs bench.
But when it comes to Russell Westbrook, this man's even dirtier. And it all started in 2017, when Zaza tried to disrespect his manhood. Fouling a man is one thing, but standing over him? Bro really doesn't have a moral code. And that became especially obvious in 2018, because you'd think that Zaza had enough fun. But instead, the fun was just getting started.
Westbrook, the high dribble. Forced that one up. Bodies falling on the floor. Here comes Curry. Play continues. Curry gets inside. Layup.
Did you see it? What it look like? Anybody touch him? Yes or no? I didn't see the replay. Oh, you didn't see it? But why you asking about something you didn't see?
Between his cheap shots and his terrible acting, I think Draymond Green finally found his match. But Russ isn't just one to take his beating and move on. Bro always returns the favor.
From your vantage point, what happened on the flagrant with Pachulia at the end of the first half?
I don't know. He hit me on the heart, but sorry, I'm gonna get his ass back. Straight up.
And sure enough, Russ wasn't capping. He was ready to wreak havoc.
Let's just say that. The Pistons are still trying to get there.
Oh, Westbrook with a really hard foul inside as he brought the hammer on Zaza Pachulia.
If you really want to cause chaos, pull a Paul Pierce. Because in the 2008 NBA Finals, no one was more nervous than Pierce. Only he didn't realize how nervous he was until he stepped onto that court. And that's when it all hit him. This wasn't just another playoffs. This was the NBA Finals. 4 more wins and it would immortalize him forever. 4 more losses and he would regret it for the rest of his life. And worse yet, he had to go against one of the all-time greats, Kobe Bryant. This man was scared out of his mind. Only the world was about to see just how nervous he was. Because midway through Game 1 and out of the blue, Paul Pierce was seen heading into the locker room.
Exactly what happened. Certainly not the sight the Celtics and their fans want to see. Paul Pierce.
And once fans saw this, they went absolutely ballistic. Because one second he was healthy, and the next, he's in a wheelchair. So naturally, fans couldn't help but wonder, did this dude poop his pants? And in 2019, Paul Pierce finally fessed up.
I have a confession to make. Whoa. I just had to go to the bathroom.
Number one or
I had to go to the bathroom.
But why did you need a wheelchair to get to the bathroom?
It was that bad.
Something went down. I had to go to the bathroom.
You were streaking?
Okay, anywho.
Had the Celtics lost that series, I don't think Paul Pierce would have been so upfront. But he's not the only one who gets nervous in the moment, because James Harden isn't known for being the best under pressure.
And then a left-handed jump hook from a point guard.
Harden. All right, but let's cut Harden some slack, because all this pressure, it's really getting to my man.
Downhill and blocked by Tice at the rim. The Celtics demonstrating why they're a top 5 defensive team.
Hey, I'd be laughing too, but then again, if I was in the NBA, I'd also be shitting myself.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Although, there's a difference between a wardrobe malfunction and saying something you can never take back. See this guy? His name is Kevin Porter, and he's put together an impressive 10-year career in the NBA, even leading the league in assists 4 times. But contrary to popular belief, he's not at all related to Kevin Porter Jr. Instead, his actual dad is a lot less inspiring, because when KPJ was only 4 years old, he went through literal hell. That's because Kevin Porter Sr. was once charged with first-degree murder after shooting a 14-year-old. But because the gun accidentally discharged, Porter Sr. was able to get out of prison after only 4 years. So Porter Sr. pledged he would turn his life around and make the most out of his second chance. But unfortunately, that second chance was short-lived. And in 2004, Porter Sr. was in a heated interaction when things got flipped on their head. Afterwards, Porter Sr. was shot 5 times. Just like that, KPJ was forced to grow up without a father. But unfortunately, not all announcers know just how hard KPJ's childhood was. In fact, one announcer made a mistake he'd forever regret. He mistook Kevin Porter Jr.'s actual dad for the NBA's other Kevin Porter.
ISOing up top. Now working on Neto. He'll dance, he'll step, he'll shoot, and he hits it at the buzzer. No time left, and the Rockets have won the game.
Like his dad, pulled that trigger right at the right time. Boy, that one stung.
Jeez, I'm at a loss for words. This dude thought he was giving a compliment when in reality, he took KPJ back to the darkest moment of his life. But compared to 2 rookies, this moment still falls short of our most inappropriate moment. See, Grady Dick and Anthony Black have wasted no time making a splash. They're both rookies out here making a big impact for their teams. In February, Dick was among those nominated for Rookie of the Month honors. Meanwhile, Black has started in over 30 games this season while boasting one of the league's better defensive ratings. But as of recently, these players made history for a completely different reason. Because they aren't just rookies on the come-up, they also have 2 of the league's most unique last names. So when Anthony Black wanted to swap jerseys, Brady knew he was about to get heat, but then said this.
Magic shooting over 50% as well. That's another good number to keep an eye on. 22-1 are the Magic when shooting 50% or better.
When you play the kind of defense the Magic do, if you're making shots, that's a winning combination.
Rookies, Anthony Black and Grady Dick. One from Arkansas, the other from Kansas. Exchanging jerseys.
Yeah, these dudes knew exactly what they were doing. Because they proved to the rest of the NBA, it's not about the size of the jersey that matters. It's about how you use it. But, you know, the NBA wasn't exactly loving it the same way fans were. See, this was supposed to be a family-friendly league. Well, that wasn't family-friendly. So my man Grady Dick knew he had to avoid the smoke and get his name out of the NBA's mouth.
Why did you choose to swap jerseys with Anthony Black? That's my guy. Yeah, I've been playing with him since, or against him and with him, you know, around middle school days. So that's been my guy for a long time. And, you know, guys jersey swap with their boys. That's my friend. Do you have other jersey swaps planned in the future? If I play with them growing up and they're my guys, then I'll jersey swap with them. There's more to it.
These dudes were teammates in middle school? That's crazy. But you know, Brady was just covering all of his bases. Because bro didn't want to fine, and he wanted to ensure he could pull off another legendary jersey swap in the future. I mean, can you imagine if he did a jersey swap with Nasir Little or Rudy Gay? Man, bro is opening up the floodgates for greatness. But if you want to see real greatness, then you gotta click on the video on screen. Alright, bro, I'll meet you over there.